The Oversight Board is a body that makes consequential presidential content moderation decisions on the social media platforms Facebook and Instagram. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg approved the creation of the board in November 2018. Shortly after a meeting with Harvard Law School professor Noah Feldman, who had proposed the creation of a quasi-judiciary on Facebook, Zuckerberg originally described it as a kind of Supreme Court, given its role in settlement, negotiation, and mediation, including the power to override the company's decisions. Zuckerberg first announced the idea in November 2018, and, after a period of public consultation, the board's 20 founding members were announced in May 2020. The board officially began its work on October 22, 2020, and issued its first 5 decisions on January 28, 2021, with 4 out of the 5 overturning Facebook's actions with respect to the matters appealed. It has been subject to substantial media speculation and coverage since its announcement, and has remained so following the referral of Facebook's decision to suspend Donald Trump after the 2021 storming of the U.S. Capitol. In November 2018, after meeting with Harvard Law School professor Noah Feldman, who had proposed the creation of a quasi-judiciary on Facebook to oversee content moderation, CEO Mark Zuckerberg approved the creation of the board. Among the board's goals were to improve the fairness of the appeals process, give oversight and accountability from an outside source, and increase transparency. The board was modeled after the United States' federal judicial system, as the Oversight Board gives precedential value to previous board decisions. Between late 2017 and early 2018, Facebook had hired Brent C. Harris, who had previously worked on the National Commission on the BP Deepwater Horizon oil spill and offshore drilling, and as an advisor to non-profits, to become the company's Director of Global Affairs. Harris led the effort to create the board, reporting to Nick Clegg, who reported directly to Zuckerberg. In January 2019, Facebook received a draft charter for the board and began a period of public consultations and workshops with experts, institutions, and people around the world. In June 2019, Facebook released a 250-page report summarizing its findings and announced that they are in the process of looking for people to serve on a 40-person board. In January 2020, it appointed British human rights expert and former Article 19 Executive Director Thomas Hughes as Director of Oversight Board Administration. It also said that board members would be named in the coming months. On May 6, 2020, Facebook announced the 20 members that would make up the Oversight Board. Facebook's VP of Global Affairs and Communications Nick Clegg described the group as having a wide range of views and experiences, and who collectively lived in over 27 countries, speaking at least 29 languages. But a quarter of the group and 2 of the 4 co-chairs are from the United States, which some free speech and internet governance experts expressed concerns about. In July 2020, it was announced that the board would not start work until later in the year. It's starting accepting cases on October 22, 2020. Members of the board have noted that it will take several years for the full impact of the board and its decisions to be understood. On January 28, 2021, the board ruled on 5 moderation decisions made by Facebook, overturning 4 of them and upholding 1. All but 1 were unanimous. Each ruling was decided by a majority vote of a panel of 5 members of the board, including at least 1 member from the region where the moderated post originated. In October 2020, a Facebook user in Myanmar posted images of photographs taken by Turkish photojournalist Nilüfer Demir of the corpse of Kurdish Syrian toddler Alan Kurdi, accompanied by text in Burmese to the effect that there was something wrong with the psychology or the mindset of Muslims or Muslim men. The text further contrasted terrorist attacks in France in response to depictions of Muhammad with an asserted relative silence by Muslims in response to the Uyghur genocide in China, and asserted that this conduct had led to a loss of sympathy for those like the child in the photograph. In reviewing Facebook's decision to remove the post, the board sought a retranslation of the post, and noted that the post could be read as an insult directed towards Muslims, but could also be read as commentary on a perceived inconsistency of reactions by Muslims to the events in France and China addressed. A post showing churches in Baku, Azerbaijan was captioned with a statement in Russian that asserted that Armenians had historical ties with Baku that Azerbaijanis didn't, referring to Azerbaijanis with the ethnic slur Taziks. The board found that the post was harmful to the safety and dignity of Azerbaijanis, and therefore upheld its removal. In October 2020, a Brazilian Vo.